How is everybody doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Banker Next Door. I am your host, Dr. Joe Berquist. So I hope everybody enjoyed a report week. Last week covered a slew of banking reports. So now that hopefully if you watch those episodes, you feel really up to date with everything going on in the banking world, which is awesome. But today we're getting back, and this week I'm getting back to just covering kind of more of a typical broad range of topics of things going on in the banking business. And we're kicking that off today with episode 21 of the crypto series. More recently in the crypto series, I've been, because of how much has been happening, I've been covering kind of a number of topics as they come up in these crypto series episodes. So today we're going to be talking about crypto and your 401k plan. Block is basically rolled out a Bitcoin checkout in Vegas that went live. So people are actually able to use Bitcoin to actually buy something, which that could in itself could be a game changer. Donald J. Trump, his media company, basically they saw their shares decrease because they decided to start buying a ton of Bitcoin. We had Circle having their, which is a stable coin issuer, basically having their IPO. And then finally, we're going to talk about Trump's meme coin dinner and basically what happened there with the dinner, what effects, if any, might that have on anything. So those are our 5 topics today, and we're going to kind of roll through those. So I'll bring the first one up here. So Trump administration axes Biden era barrier for crypto and 401k plans. So the Trump administration on Wednesday, and this is going back to May 28th. So on Wednesday, rescinded Biden era guidance urging employers to be cautious before adding cryptocurrency and related digital assets like Bitcoin, NFTs, and meme coins to 401k plans. President Trump paper wealth has soared after launching a Trump meme coin. The Trump administration on Wednesday relaxed barriers of 401k plans to buying cryptocurrency and related digital assets like NFT and meme coins. The Labor Department rescinded guidance put in place by the Biden-era Labor Department in 2022 that aimed to safeguard 401k investors from such digital assets. At the time, the Biden labor officials cautioned employers to exercise extreme care before making crypto and related investments available to their workers. They cited serious concerns about the prudence of exposing investors' retirement savings to crypto, given significant risks of fraud, theft, and loss. The Trump Labor Department has withdrawn that guidance in full. Basically the agent said the standard of extreme care cited by the Biden administration is not found in the Employee Retirement Income Security Act or ERSA. Prior to the 2022 release, the department had usually articulated a neutral approach to particular investment types and strategies, the Trump Labor Department said in a compliance assistance bulletin issued Wednesday. The department said that it is neither endorsing nor disapproving of employers who decide that adding crypto to a 401k investment list is appropriate. The Labor Department's reasoning extends to cryptocurrencies and a wide range of digital assets like tokens, coins, crypto assets, and any derivatives thereof. Nut Rostad, or is it Newt? Probably Newt, president of the Institute for the Fiduciary Standard and Advocacy Group, called the Trump administration's move a big mistake. As a huge general rule, crypto doesn't belong in a 401k, period, end of sentence. Rescinding the guidance sends the wrong message by eliminating a yellow caution light and putting in place a green light for employers and 401k investors to use crypto. So this is very, very interesting. Could you basically potentially invest in crypto through your 401k plan? If it's my 2 cents, I would say no. I mean, would I do that with my 401k plan? Would I invest in cryptocurrency right now? No. Would I say that I would absolutely rule it out 100% and would never consider it in the future? No, I wouldn't say that either. And I would like the ability to, again, if you should decide, you as an individual, if you want to take remember, it's your money. If you want to take the risk and you want to put that into 401 or into crypto assets, why not? I think the company has to decide, what they want to do. But I think the company should just put it to the employees and basically just say, hey, what do you guys want? Do you guys want us to give you this option, or don't you want us to give us this option? And if somebody doesn't want to use it, then that's fine. They don't have to. There's nothing that says that they have to invest in crypto. Do I think that there may come a day in the future where crypto may be a more viable, stable asset? Yes, I think that is a possibility someday. Is that today? No, I don't think that's today. But it's interesting though. I am not one for restrictions. I mean, there are other things on 401k plans that I'd like to see. I'd like to be able to fully pull all investments out. I would like to go to a pure, true cash position in a 401k. Like if I see the market looking like it's going to take a massive, fall or tumble, yeah, I would love to be able to pull all my assets. And I'm not talking about putting them into a treasuries. Like right now, you can't really pull your money out of the market in a 401k. It is stuck in the market. Yeah, you can move your money into some kind of treasuries or a bond or something like that, but it's not a true cash position. It's still in some kind of fund or ETF or something like that. I would like the ability just to say, you know what, if I have concerns about the market, I want to pull my money out of the market and I want to put it in just a cash account. And I just want to let it sit there. It may not be earning me any money, but guess what? My chance of losing money is zero. Okay, that's what one of the things I would like. I would also like fees on 401k plans to be way more transparent than they are. I want to see dollar signs because I think people will find out if there's dollar signs there that you're probably getting ripped off on your 401k. Right now, everything's put in terms of percentages. Oh, well, it's less than 1%. It's a minimal fee, Well, yeah, that all sounds good, and they do it that way to make it look like you're not really being charged much. But if you see it in a dollar percentage, like, oh, well, I just charged you $1,000 for, and you're going to sit there and go, oh, well, okay, well, $1,000 for what, or $5,000 for what? Like, what did you do that you earn that $5,000? I think I would like to see a lot more transparency around things like fees in 401k plans. But okay, that's not here. But again, so this is very interesting, and we'll have to see where this goes. Here's another very interesting thing. So Block's Bitcoin checkout goes live in Vegas, a significant step in making it everyday money. So Square is piloting real-time Bitcoin payments, letting attendees scan and spend crypto for T-shirts, hoodies, and hats at the BTC Inc. pop-up store. The rollout builds on Square's Bitcoin conversions feature and is expected to expand to all eligible merchants by 2026, pending regulatory approval. Block says the initiative is part of a broader strategy to offer small businesses more payment options and position Bitcoin as the internet's native currency. So very interesting. So here's a picture of the Square-powered Bitcoin checkout is now live on the Vegas Strip, where Bitcoin 2025 attendees can scan and pay for merch in seconds using the Lightning Network. So very interesting. So Jack Dorsey's latest Bitcoin vision is hitting the checkout counter, starting with a merch truck parked just off the casino floor inside the Venetian. This week at Bitcoin 2025, Square is piloting real-time Bitcoin payments, letting attendees scan and spend crypto for T-shirts, hoodies, and hats at the BTC Inc. pop-up store. The system runs on Lightning, which settles transactions off the main blockchain and is faster and cheaper than traditional processing methods. When customers scan the QR code at checkout, Square handles things behind the scenes, including real-time exchange rates and confirmation. The Tuesday launch marks the public debut of Block's most ambitious move yet to make Bitcoin everyday money, a pilot that's expected to expand from the Vegas Strip to millions of merchants around the world. Behind it all is Miles Sutter, a longtime product leader at Block, who flew in early to oversee setup with his team. There's Miles there in the picture. Sutter joined the company in 2017 when Cash App's Bitcoin integration was still a Hack Week experiment. They needed someone with deep familiarity with Bitcoin and the community, he said, calling himself an early evangelist. 8 years later, he's helping connect the blocks. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, this is very interesting, this Lightning Network, and whether they could, because this has always been my knock on cryptocurrency. Like, what are you using it for? Like, I can't go down the street. I can't go to Walmart and buy something. I can't go into a convenience store and buy something. So what is the practical use of it? So this is very interesting. If they can find a way, if Block can find a way to make this a thing, and this, Lightning network, if this thing works, could be a game changer. But we'll have to, we'll wait to see. Stablecoin issuer Circle kicks off its IBO targeting a nearly $6 billion valuation. So Circle, the issuer of the popular USDC stablecoin, has launched its initial public offering looking to raise about $624 million at a $5.65 billion valuation. The company plans to sell 24 million shares of Class A common stock at an expected price range of $24 to $26 a piece. Circle's USD coin, USDC, has roughly 62 billion in circulation, according to Crypto Quant, and its market cap has grown 40% this year. So again, yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this, see how things go and how this ultimately pans out. Obviously, this will be monumental if Circle has a very good IPO here and continues to their growth of their stablecoin, the USDC. So we'll keep an eye on this and see what happens. But obviously, big news. DJT shares fall 10% as Trump media says it's raising $2.5 billion to buy Bitcoin. So the raise includes $1.5 billion in equity and $1 billion in convertible notes, with Bitcoin custody provided by Anchorage Digital and Crypto.com. Trump media CEO Devin Nunes called Bitcoin a crown jewel asset. President Donald Trump indirectly owns more than 114 million shares of DJT through a revocable trust. So Trump media on Tuesday announced a $2.5 billion raise from institutional investors to bankroll one of the largest Bitcoin treasury allocations by a public company. Shares of the company closed 10% lower Tuesday. It's the latest and most ambitious move in the company's evolution from a free speech social platform to a financial services player. The deal includes $1.5 billion in common stock and $1 billion in convertible notes, with proceeds earmarked for the purchase of Bitcoin, which the company will now hold as a core treasury asset. The company said it has subscription agreements with about 50 institutional investors. The company also confirmed the Bitcoin will be held with Anchorage Digital and Crypto.com, the same platform that recently signed a deal to help Trump media launch its first exchange-traded funds. The announcement comes as Bitcoin nears record highs and the year's biggest gathering of digital asset enthusiasts gets underway on the Las Vegas Strip, Bitcoin 2025. The conference helps solidify President Trump's image as the country's first crypto president. This year, it's a full court press from the Trump White House at the conference, with Vice President J.D. Vance, Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, crypto czar David Sachs, and other top officials attending. Trump media stock remains volatile, with shares down nearly 30% this year so far. The company has a market cap of about $5.3 billion, despite reporting just $3.6 million in revenue and a $400 million loss in 2024. Trump indirectly owns more than 114 million shares of Trump media through a revocable trust. Yeah, so this, again, it's a very interesting move. I'm thinking of Michael Saylor and his MicroStrategies company, and how they've invested a ton of money into Bitcoin and continue to hold all this Bitcoin. Will this really work long term? I don't know. I mean, if you want to think about it from like a gold play, so okay, I'm going to buy $2 billion worth of gold and just sit on it. Okay. I mean, are people going to be super excited about that? I guess, I don't know. It's like I said, it's interesting. I'm sitting back, okay, we'll see what happens and see how this plays out. But again, just, I think something interesting to note. And then finally, our final story here. So Trump's meme coin gala dinner draws crypto tycoons, a basketball star, and protests. So the president hosted the biggest investors in his meme coin meme coin at his golf club outside Washington. So President Trump hosted meme coin holders at a gala dinner, reaffirming his commitment to make the U.S. a crypto capital. Critics highlight potential ethics violations. Attendees included crypto tycoons, celebrities, while protesters gathered outside the event. So the cryptocurrencies industry's love fest with MAGA reached a pinnacle Thursday when President Trump convened top buyers of his meme coin for a gala dinner. His message: he was fulfilling his promise to make the U.S. the world's crypto capital, and we're doing it rapidly, he said in remarks at the dinner at his golf club outside Washington, D.C., according to a recording capture by one of the attendees. In the ballroom, a crowd of admirers cheered on Trump and the fledgling market's ascendance since his election. Among them was the crypto billionaire Justin Sun, whose large stake of Trump coins assured him a spot in Trump's VIP reception at the event, and former basketball star Lamar Odom, who recently launched a meme coin of his own. Outside on a damp spring evening, protesters waved signs highlighting the unusual circumstances that brought the president and the crypto industry together. A dinner exclusively for those who bought digital coins Trump issued earlier this year. Stop Crypto Corruption, one sign read. Unveiled in late April, the dinner was thrown open to the 220 largest holders of the meme coin. The 25 largest holders were eligible for a short VIP reception with President before the dinner. It was unclear if all of the spots at the dinner were taken. At least one guest said he dropped out because of fears for his security if his identity were unmasked, a common concern among the crypto crowd. Guests also had to pass background checks. Government watchdog groups have said the dinner could potentially violate federal rules against soliciting gifts. Some $148 million worth of Trump was purchased by investors to win spots at the dinner, according to Inca Digital, a blockchain analytics firm. An affiliate of the Trump Organization, the president's family business, and a firm registered by entrepreneur Bill Zanker, who has previously done business with Trump, own 80% of the supply of the meme coin. At current prices, that stash of Trump is worth more than $10 billion, at least on paper. Insiders have also earned over $300 million by collecting fees from trading in the meme coins, according to Chain Analysis, a blockchain analysis firm. At a news conference earlier on Thursday, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the president is attending it in his personal time. She denied that his dinner would trigger any ethics violations because all the president's assets are in a blind trust which is managed by his children. So it's very interesting, and I would be the first to admit that I don't know that this is a great look for the president, because again, it does seem like a conflict of interest that he is, trying to usher through all this crypto regulation, trying to befriend all the crypto players, trying to, really elevate the crypto industry, and at the same time, making it look like he's going to financially benefit personally from this whole thing. That gets a little, there definitely, could be some conflicts of interest there. And again, I have questioned, hey, is this a good look? So there's a lot to hear. It's a little like, but again, this is just another thing happening in the crazy crypto world. So between the fact that you might be able to buy crypto in your 401k, Block might soon make it so that you can actually use Bitcoin to buy everyday items. We got, Circle issuing an IPO, continuing to grow their stable coin, which has become a major player in the stable coin space, right next to Tether. Tether failed. Tether right next to Tether USD. So those are become, Circle and Tether are they're the two big players right now. And obviously you have Trump Media investing in making a huge investment in Bitcoin, Trump doing the meme coin dinner. So a lot of craziness, a lot of things happening here in the crypto world. My next crypto episode is going to be a crazy one, because it's going to have to do with basically people getting people basically being taken hostage by criminals to basically get at their crypto, which is kind of crazy, but this is a thing that's becoming a much bigger thing. So like I said, stay tuned for that episode, probably coming out in about another week. But with that, I will wrap up by saying, if you like this episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, as that really helps the channel. Remember, we are on YouTube, Rumble, and all major podcast platforms. Please be sure to leave your comments down below, as I always love getting back to everybody. And as always, make sure to check out some of the other content on the channel. I hope everyone has a great day out there, and I will see everyone again real soon. Thanks a lot.